Football badges or crests are very important to a lot of people. They're essentially the symbol which represents your club, and as such it's important to get it right. Your club crest will typically be found on your shirt, on your stadium, on club advertising, and basically everywhere. Most teams change their crest every so often, typically once a decade, although some retain classic designs. Often the new badge is nothing more than a revamp, just to keep things fresh, but occasionally wholesale changes will be made. Historic logos such as those used by AC Milan and Real Madrid are some of the best known and most marketable in the world, but what about those logos that are just a little bit different? This is a list of some of the weirdest and strangest football badges out there, but only includes those still in use, thus ruling out some classic 1970s designs and Columbus Crew's recently removed badge. Here are our 7 weirdest badges in world football. Matlock Town. Matlock Town play in the Northern Premier League, the 7th tier of English football. The club were founded in 1878 and play in a stadium with a capacity of 2,757, although there are only 500 seats. Matlock are nicknamed the Gladiators, and that can be seen in their logo. While there's nothing wrong with a gladiator as your symbol, without being told, one is unlikely to know that Matlock's crest is a football logo at all. Given that the gladiator isn't in a crest or shield, and Matlock's lowly status, they might be advised to tell people who they are on their badge. Independiente Santa Fe. The Independiente Santa Fe logo is normal in many ways. It features the classic shield design shape as used by many clubs, with the club name written at the top. However, in the shield itself, that's where Santa Fe differs from most. While clubs tend to have a monument or something relevant to the city or team themselves, Santa Fe have left the shield largely blank, with the exception of a red circle in the bottom right of the badge. Why? We have no idea, but the club have won 9 national championships, most recently in 2016, so it's working for them. FC Avenir Bagan. Kicking off our countdown of the top 5 is a little known team from Luxembourg. FC Avenir Bagan play in Luxembourg's 2nd tier, although they have been national champions on 6 occasions previously. As for their badge, there really isn't much one can say, other than, well, it's a badly drawn image of a pixie sitting on a football. Sampdoria. One of the best known teams on this 7, Sampdoria's badge may be bizarre, but it's also a classic and instantly recognisable. To explain the emblem, you must first know a little bit about the place itself. Sampdoria are based in Genoa, Italy's 2nd largest port city with a great tradition of sailing. As such, they felt a sailor would be the perfect image for their crest. Unfortunately, in the drawing it's rather difficult to see that, and some see it as a werewolf or some other creation. In the late 1990s, an anti-tobacco group tried to take away the sailor's pipe, but the club fought and succeeded in retaining their classic logo. FC Santa Claus. Okay, I suppose if your team is called FC Santa Claus, then having an image of the great man himself on your badge is hardly that weird. Having said that, it's still a football club badge with a whopping great picture of Father Christmas writing on a scroll on it, and if we accept that as a norm, we may be verging into dangerous territory. Founded in 1993 in the Finnish city of Rovaniemi, I have no idea how to say that, FC Santa Claus play in a 2,500 capacity stadium in the 3rd tier of Finnish football. Currently 2nd in the division, they don't seem to have given their opposition many gifts this season, and with 14 wins from 18 games, it's fair to say they've turned up more than once this year. You have my sincere apologies for those jokes, YouTube. Bohemians 1905. Why does a team in the Czech Republic have a picture of a kangaroo as their logo, you ask? Good question. Well, in 1927, Bohemians went on a tour of Australia. It's all coming together now, isn't it? And once the tour was over, the Australians gave the Bohemians team 2 kangaroos as a gift. The Prague-based club had no home for the animals and gave them to Prague Zoo, but the legacy stuck. The team were nicknamed the Kangaroos, and they created their distinctive kangaroo-based logo which remains to this day. Bohemians 1905's greatest player was Antonin Panenka. The Czech legend became world famous at Euro 76, when he scored a chipped penalty to win the game against West Germany. The technique became known as the Panenka, and has since been used by the likes of Zinedine Zidane, Andrea Pirlo and Neymar. Free State Stars. Top of this list and taking the HITC Sevens crown as the weirdest badge in use in world football today, it's South African team Free State Stars FC. The Free State Stars play in the ABSA Premiership, the top flight of South African football, in a 20,000-seater stadium. Their logo is difficult to explain, and the reasoning behind it is equally unknown. It appears to be a Dalek holding some form of stick or baton or weapon. The Stars have had mixed fortunes in recent years, fluctuating between the 1st and 2nd tier, but have had international stars such as Jonathan Mensah and Safiwe Shabalala play for them. So that's it for our top 7, but there are a lot of weird badges out there, so we're just going to blast through the honourable mentions and probably say most of them wrong. Ready? Warren Point Town, Kugsak 45, Changchun Yatai, Carolina Dynamo, Pumas, Falkirk, Cobresal, Bournemouth, KAA Gent, Universitario, Rochester Rhinos, Wiki Tourists, Fen ISC, and Sexy Poxeat. That's all from us, but let us know which club badges you find weird in the comments. Thank you all for watching, give us a like if you found the video mildly entertaining or even just watchable, and make sure to subscribe to HITC Sevens.